Guys, thank you so much for reaching out with all the lovely messages. Uh, uh, since I announced that I'm moving away from Stone Santa, good news, the brand will still stay alive. It is being run by some very capable people. So that's there. But my life priorities changed and I had to move away from Stone Santa. And to be very honest, moving away from my ex was much more easier than moving away from Stone Santa. So, this vlog is about how I came up to this decision that yes, it's finally time to call quits and move on. So, a little background: when I started Stone Santa, I was in my final year of engineering, and my story started on a cold Christmas night. Engineering was about to be over, and I was thinking of gifting ideas for my parents' anniversary. So I was like, what do I do? What do I do? And suddenly I had my eureka moment. I thought, why not create a platform which acts as a bridge between an artist and a person like me who's looking for handmade gifts? And Stone Santa started with just an idea, zero capital, zero business experience, and yeah, with a lot of hope and aspiration. It's been almost 1,000 days since that moment. And in these 3.5 years, there have been a lot of learnings. The kind of learnings that I've had in these 3.5 years, I think my acted as a catalyst for my professional and my personal growth. And I'm really grateful and thankful. But yeah, coming back to the reason on why I decided to call it quits. So ever since Corona hit, all our business operations were kind of shut for at least 2.5 months. And that time was hard, very hard. But it gave me a lot of time to think. And to be honest, I was not in a good place. I was in a place where I would think, overthink. And there were moments when I regretted that why did I start up? I should have just learned how to code and I should have just quit my job or taken up a good job and something like this. I looked at my friends and I saw them uh, I would not say buying cars and other things, but yeah, I saw them starting to get settled in life. And while I was living with my parents, I still am living with them, and I'm really grateful for that. But I could see that they were getting worried, so I had to take a call. It had been almost 3.5 years since I had started up, and my parents were really cool about it. They gave me all the freedom that I could ask for. But then I realized I think it's time for me to probably move out from the space of starting up and take a job or get focused on making a little money. And for 3 months, April, May, June, and half of July, so 3.5 months, all I would do was sit, overthink, overthink again. It was hard. I mean, I could not buy in the idea that I have to move away. And for a long time, I put myself in a victim space. I thought like, if this Corona would not have happened, no, I would have done a lot. So we were actually growing from a team of just me for 2 years. I mean, we recruited a first full timer in May 2019. So from one full timer, we grew on to six full timers by Feb 2020. So we started growing really fast, thankfully. But for a long time, I put myself in a victim stage. I was like, hey, everything was going fine. We were starting to make money and our team was increasing. Had this Corona not happened, I would have uh, not taken this decision. And while I was in that victim stage, recovery was very difficult. I could not believe that I have to call it quits. And I absolutely did nothing. The only thing that I did during those 3.5 months was teach. So every Saturday and Wednesday, I would have some very bright young kids come online on Zoom and I talk to them about starting up. So each month, I had to go through that story of starting Stone Santa and going through it. And every time I narrated that story, it pained me so much. Although I had quit, I could not buy into that idea. I could not believe it. And for a long time, I felt victimized. But the only thing that got me anchored to my reality was those moments of expression where I taught, where I shared my experiences with the students. Tried making it fun. I tried cracking a couple of X jokes here and there, but those moments made me realize that what I actually love is perhaps narrating stories, educating, or entertaining. And doing so for almost 3.5 months, I took up a job. I'll share more details soon. So basically, my idea is that Shashank, yes, pat yourself on the back because you dared to start up. There have been good learnings. But I think I've transitioned from that victimizing myself, from being in a stage where I thought I am a victim, towards seeing this as an opportunity that I was lucky to have. I was challenged, my identity was challenged. Stone Santa had become an identity. And if you're still watching this video, you're probably not watching it because you know me. It is perhaps because of the work that I did in Stone Santa or otherwise. So it had become an identity, and getting rid of that identity, it was like so difficult. It felt like somebody's, fleshing that soul out of me. I'd lost hope. I'd cry myself to sleep. My parents were really worried. And that was the first time in my life I started believing in things outside logic. My mother asked me to wear this. They consulted a priest, a pandit. So the priest or the pandit said something, something, something. But this time I did not argue, I did not retort, I did not revolt. My mom asked me that wear this ring. I like, okay. She told me that, dude. She didn't tell me like, dude. She like, beta, wake up in the morning and offer water to sun, the sun lord. Like, okay, this does not make sense, but I'll do whatever you ask me to. Just get me out of this place. So I did that for a few days, and then my mom asked me that, hey, Shashank, start chanting Om 108 times every time you take after you take a shower. Like, okay, makes sense. I'll do that. So with time, these things kind of became anchor habits. These habits kind of held me from sailing away in the sea of uncertainty. And I think those 3.5 months, almost 100 days, I transitioned from being a victim in my mind frame to starting to see this as an opportunity for myself to grow. So I'm back to the training ground. I'm going to prepare myself. I'm not sure if I'm going to start up or not in the future. But from what I've learned, from what I've introspected, from what I have observed with my past actions, I think there is a lot of structuring that is required when it comes to my thought processes. So I think I'm going to go out, learn professionally, freelance, create videos like these, and challenge myself under the tag name the first 1,000 days or the 1,000 day challenge. And I look forward to creating more vlogs just like these. I'm not really going to edit because I think I want this to be more of a conversation. So, guys, I know Corona has broken a lot of backs, and I know it sucks. It sucks to the point it cannot be explained. You might feel low on energy at times. You might feel that, hey, everything is over. And yes, it might look so in the short picture. But now that I look back, when I look back at those 3.5 months, I'm grateful for falling so down that the only way up was up, like ground bottom or bottom ground, something like that, right? So I'm grateful for all of those moments. And I think this video has gotten very long. It's like a 10-minute thing, but I don't care. My journey as a content creator started on Quora when I started writing answers on Quora with the hope that people would read my answers and then come to my website and then eventually start buying from me, which eventually did happen. But what I realize now when I'm looking back is I really love telling stories, talking, buck, 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 buck. So here I am creating vlogs because I've been writing for a long time. And yeah, that's all about it. If you're still watching, please drop in an apple in the chats because, guys, the foundation of the project, the 1,000 day challenge or the first 1,000 days, is built on the foundation of hope. Because when there is hope, everything else will follow. So, guys, Thank you so much for all your kind messages. But moving on from Stone Santa was difficult, but I've moved on and I look forward for whatever else comes my way. But one thing I can tell you is I'm going to document all the journey of my Stone Santa thing in a series of vlogs. One of those vlogs would be named as the cardinal sins of startup I committed during my time at Stone Santa. So yeah, I look forward to creating more such vlogs, and thank you so much for all your love, all your care, and thank you so much for being a part of my life in the journey where I was trying to build Stone Santa from just an idea. Thank you so much. I'm grateful and I look forward for whatever else awaits, and I will see you in the next video.